Hey there, history buffs and culture enthusiasts. Today, we're embarking on a fascinating journey to unravel the mysteries of Senegal's rich cultural tapestry. Get ready to explore ancient migrations, hidden rituals, and the innovative spirit that makes this West African nation truly unique. Imagine this. It's 10,000 BC, and the first humans are setting foot in what we now call Senegal. But who were they? Where did they come from? Buckle up, because we're about to dive into some mind-blowing theories. Archaeological evidence suggests that the earliest inhabitants of Senegal arrived around 10,000 BC. Picture this: small groups of hunter-gatherers armed with stone tools, navigating lush forests and winding rivers. But here's the kicker: they likely came from the north and east, following game and searching for fertile land. Now let's fast forward to around 800 to 500 BC. Enter the Wolof people, one of Senegal's major ethnic groups. But hold on to your hats, because their origin story is hotly debated. Some theories suggest they migrated all the way from the Nile Valley. Can you imagine that journey? Crossing deserts, scaling mountains, all to reach the promised land of Senegal. But wait, there's more. Other researchers argue that the Wolof are a mix of ancient local populations and later arrivals. It's like a cultural melting pot that's been simmering for millennia. Next up, we have the Serer people. Now, these folks might just be the original Senegalese. Many historians believe they were among the earliest inhabitants of the region. But don't think they just sat around. The Serer have a complex history of interactions with other groups, creating a rich cultural tapestry over thousands of years. Last but not least, let's talk about the Fulani. Picture this: it's somewhere between the 8th and 11th centuries AD. Nomadic herders are moving south from the Sahel region, bringing their cattle and their unique culture with them. These were the Fulani, and they would go on to play a huge role in Senegal's history. Today, the Fulani are spread across West Africa, but their journey to Senegal is a crucial part of the country's migration story. Now that we've covered the who and when, let's dive into the what, the fascinating world of Senegalese rituals and traditions. But be warned, we're treading on sacred ground here. Many of these practices are kept private, so we'll respect those boundaries while exploring what we can. Growing up is tough, no matter where you're from, but in Senegal, it's marked by some pretty incredible rituals. Different ethnic groups have their own unique ways of welcoming young people into adulthood. Take the Serer people, for example. They have a ritual called Ndout. Now, we can't spill all the details, but imagine a spiritual journey that tests your endurance and teaches you the ways of your ancestors. It's like the ultimate life skills boot camp. The Wolof have their own versions too: Ndout for circumcision and Tulba for initiation. These aren't just ceremonies, they're crash courses in cultural values, social norms, and what it means to be part of the community. Ever wished you could chat with your great-great-grandparents? In Senegal, that's not as far-fetched as it sounds. Many cultures here have a deep reverence for ancestral spirits. The Wolof, for instance, have a ceremony called Ndope. Picture this: a gathering of people, the air thick with anticipation. There are offerings, prayers, and invocations to the ancestors. It's like a cosmic phone call, asking for blessings and protection from those who came before. Now, we're entering real cloak and dagger territory. Senegal has secret societies like the Baye Fall that take privacy to the next level. These groups have their own initiation rituals and spiritual practices that are off-limits to outsiders. Sorry, folks, but this is where we have to draw the curtain. Respecting cultural boundaries is crucial, and some mysteries are meant to stay, well, mysterious. But it's not all secrets and whispers. Senegal knows how to throw a spiritual party too. The Grand Magal of Touba, celebrated by the Mouride Brotherhood, is like Woodstock meets a religious pilgrimage. Thousands of people come together for spiritual renewal and a massive show of unity. The Serer have their own annual gathering called Zoy. It's a time for coming together, reaffirming beliefs, and strengthening the bonds of community. These festivals are like spiritual recharge stations, keeping traditions alive in the modern world. Now, let's switch gears and talk about something you can actually see: Senegalese architecture and technology. But don't be fooled by the word traditional. There's some serious innovation happening here. Imagine building a house that's naturally air-conditioned, environmentally friendly, and looks amazing. That's vernacular architecture in Senegal for you. Using materials like clay, wood, and straw, Senegalese builders create structures that are perfectly adapted to the local climate. Take the Banco technique, for example. It's a way of building with earth that's been perfected over generations. The result? Buildings that stay cool in the heat and warm in the cold, all while looking like they've grown right out of the landscape. Senegal's got some serious tech game, but we're not talking smartphones here. From ancient ironworking techniques to intricate weaving and boat building, local communities have developed a treasure trove of skills passed down through the ages. These aren't just quaint, old-timey skills either. Many of these technologies are still vital today, adapted for the modern world but rooted in centuries of wisdom. It's like having an ancient app store full of life hacks. As we near the end of our journey, let's talk about, well, the end of the journey. Burial practices in Senegal are as diverse as its people, blending ancient traditions with modern beliefs. Many Senegalese follow Muslim burial traditions, but with a local twist. It's a beautiful fusion of faith and culture, showing how Senegal has made Islam its own. But for a real wow moment, check out the Diola people. They send their loved ones off in style with elaborately carved wooden coffins. It's like functional art for the afterlife. Don't think it's all somber, though. Many Senegalese communities have memorial ceremonies that are more about celebrating a life well lived than mourning a loss. Picture music, dance, and community gatherings. It's like a final thank you party for the departed. And there you have it, folks, a whirlwind tour of Senegal's migration mysteries and hidden traditions. From ancient journeys to secret rituals, innovative building techniques to profound burial practices, Senegal is a land where the past and present dance in harmony. But remember, we've only scratched the surface. Senegal, like any culture, has depths we may never fully plumb. And you know what? That's okay. Sometimes, the real beauty lies in the mystery itself. So the next time you hear about Senegal, remember, behind every smiling face and every ancient tradition lies a story thousands of years in the making. A story of resilience, innovation, and the enduring human spirit. Thanks for joining me on this journey. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep respecting the beautiful diversity of our world.